All right, guys. So now we're on to rotations. So I just want to go over rotations in the coordinate plane. Okay. So this is the one that you kind of manipulate the coordinates. All right. And we have these rules. So this would be a good time right now. These three rules that we have over here, make sure you write those down. Okay, guys. That way you have them in your notebook. Now, for this, we have rules to rotate about the origin. The origin is just the center point. All right, it's 0, 0. That's what we call the origin. Okay, so this coordinate is being rotated. So I want to show you guys what happens when it's being rotated. So we got a little slider down here. You guys have access to this in Savvis as well if you want to take a look at it on your own. But if we rotate 90 degrees, okay, that's what happens. Okay, that's what happens. We rotate it 90 degrees about the origin. 90 degrees forms that kind of right angle there um, at the origin. And so this is where I just wanted you guys to see that we are rotating. And when I say 90 degrees, we're always rotating counterclockwise. Okay, counterclockwise. So if you think about a clock, okay, we have a clock. We normally go 12, 1, we get 3, 6, 9. So counterclockwise means we're going to the left, okay? We're going to the left. So that's how we're rotating. So make sure we understand that part of it. So for this, basically you guys can see how the coordinates change. This is our rule. So we're changing from x comma y to switching the coordinates and making that y negative. So that's what happens. We switch the 1 and the 2, put the 2 first, make it negative, and then we have the 1. Okay. Same thing for 180. So if we have let's close this out. We do 180 degrees of rotation, which is going to form a semicircle there. All right. And that A prime value, that is going to make the coordinates stay in the same place, but just switch the sign. Okay. So remember that negative just means we switch the sign. So we went from 1 comma 2 to negative 1 comma 2, negative 2. And then lastly is if we rotate a full 270 degrees, kind of looks like a Pac-Man. For this one, we are going to switch the coordinates again, but this time we're going to we're going to switch the sign for the x coordinate. Okay, so it's just a little bit backwards from the 90 degrees. So that's where we took this 1 comma 2, we switched it to 2 first, then 1, and we make that 1 negative. All right. So guys, that's the rules for rotations. There is something else that I want to show you. So I'm going to pause the video and move over there. All right, guys. So lastly, I just want to show you, this is also in Savvis, but basically if we're rotating at different angles around different points, I wanted you guys to be able to see that. So if you look over here, we have this figure, ABC, and then we have A prime, B prime, and C prime, okay? And the angle rotation, I'm going to kind of move it around, all right? And you guys can see how it's being rotated, guys, because I think that's a big thing, especially in the next section. We kind of talk about doing a series of transformations. So, not only doing a rotation, but doing a reflection. You guys got to be able to figure out like what's going on here. How is this changing and rotating? So I think just being able to see it and see how, if I show you the path here, and this is something you can go back on and see yourself, but if I'm rotating like just about 90 degrees, okay, but I'm going to show you the path of how it's moving. So we go kind of slow here. You kind of see how the figure is being turned around that point, okay, how it's being rotated. So let's do something where we continue on and you kind of just see how this is being rotated, especially like sometimes the 275 is a little bit tough to see here, and you can kind of see how it's being rotated, how it's different from like a reflection, okay, how it's different from just a standard translation. So this is on there, guys. It's something I think is a little bit cool to play with, just in case, just kind of get a picture in your head of what it looks like, how the figure looks when we rotate it, 180 degrees, and what's going on, and everything like that. So, but that's it for rotations, guys. So make sure if you have questions or anything like that, please ask. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.